Welcome back to AI Path. We are on episode 3, and AI Path is designed to show you what ChatGPT can do for you, how it can help speed up your life. Because AI is ultimately there to save us time and do a lot of the legwork for us. So right now we're going through ChatGPT, and eventually we'll be exploring other AI models. But for now, ChatGPT 3.5 and 4, what are the differences, and what is it capable of? Today, right now, we're going to go over the capability of learn something new. Um, so, here, how about this? What are some popular skills that pay really well? So, ChatGPT, as compared to Google or even Bing, somewhat, ChatGPT is a answer engine optimization model. So, whereas Google is a search engine optimization model. So, Google is designed, you search for specific keywords and phrases, and it shows you all the results under the sun. Whereas ChatGPT can look up very specific, detailed information and give it to you instead of you having to look and spend 30 minutes to an hour on a couple articles. So, software development, data science, machine learning, AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing, blockchain development. And outside of what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. After about seven skills, it breaks down into other areas. Okay, so software development. What's the easiest programming language for a beginner to use? So here we go. We got Python, Scratch. I think I've heard of Scratch. No. JavaScript, Ruby, Java, Swift, Kotlin. Huh. Never heard of Kotlin. Blockly and PHP. PHP and Java are maybe it's JavaScript. They are both server-side scripting languages. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so Python. All right, cool. So can you teach me the basics of Python? So here it goes to, it sends you a direct link, how to write the first code, which this is a very common example. It gives you types of data. So integer, float, string, or Boolean. So here would be an integer, here would be a string, here would be a Boolean. You can do math, comparisons, concatenation, which is just adding two strings together to form one sentence. You can do if, for, and while loops. So yeah, there you go. This pretty much very quickly gave you a very quick example of how to program code. Um, if you want to, this is 3.5, so it's the basic model. You can do this yourself and start your life out that way. So what else can we do? What else can we learn? How about history? Um, what's going on with this mouse? What is a popular point in history? Okay, so you know what? Maybe we didn't learn enough about ancient Egypt. Teach me about ancient Egypt. Hmm. Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom, late period. Where Egypt is located, the pharaohs that they've had, or some of the more popular. Ever heard of Khufu? Hatshepsut. I'm pretty sure I did a paper on her. Akhenaten, Tutankhamun. Cool. See, there you go. All about Egypt. What about here? New Kingdom. Around the time of the New Kingdom, what else was happening around the world? So I feel like school teaches you blocks and bits of like different periods, but they never put it all together, so you don't know what happened around the same time. Mesopotamia was around, Hittite Empire, modern day Turkey, Mycenaean Greece, so the late Bronze Age. China's Shang Dynasty was in power. Indus Valley, Kingdom of Kush and Nubia, Sudan, Axum and the Horn of Africa. So yeah, there you go. You got all these different periods for when the New Kingdom. I didn't even know some of that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I learned with you guys. Cool. So we got history, new language. Can you teach me what is the easiest spoken language for a native English speaker to learn? Spanish, French, Italian, Dutch, German, Portuguese. Teach me Spanish or send me link the best platform to learn on. See what they say. Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, Babbel, Memrise, Fluent U, Coursera, and edX. Travel and immersion. Honestly, travel and immersion are the best ways to learn a language, in my honest opinion. I've learned Italian and now learning another language. So instant immersion is great. Let's see. What are the basic introduction phrases to in Spanish? So we got hola, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Yeah, so it breaks down pretty much whole list of 27 phrases. Now, from this point, you could go to Google Translate and type this in and learn how to say it, or you could even find another AI that can teach you or translate for you. So, learning from 3.5 is pretty neat, simple. We see the layout of how it's going, so let's try from 4. What are some popular skills that pay a lot in the end? Pay a lot. See, here we go. 4.0. To provide you with relative information, it will be helpful to know more about your interest or fields of expertise. However, and then here we got the cutoff of April 2023. So with ChatGPT, you've got the cutoff of January 2022. With ChatGPT 4, you have April 2023. So here, instead of coming off with coding, healthcare sector, and then technology, finance, business, legal profession, engineering, construction, entertainment, but it also breaks it down into different parts. So when we had originally 3.5, we had seven skills that were cyber or IT, sorry. Um, Surgeons and physicians, dentists. Then we get to technology, the software engineers, IT managers, system managers, finance and business. Obviously, we know that executives and investment bankers make a lot of money. Legal profession. And all right, so let's go over the coding part. Since we went that way with 3.5, we're going to continue with that with on 4 so we can see the differences between 3.5 and 4. So, can you teach me to code Python? The basics of Python. So it doesn't exactly take you where to download it, but it does teach you here and now, which I have heard of people creating code in these lines and then taking it to Python and learning from there. So that was pretty cool, pretty neat. But due to the fact that it can teach you how to code, it can also teach people how to create scripts and use them what's called script kiddies, where you don't exactly know what the script, well, you know what the script does, but you don't understand line for line. So, anyways, we got statements, loops, functions, lists. So we have the matrices here, coordinates, person. I might just use ChatGPT to help me learn how to program so that I can build all kinds of different apps and stuff, or build an app, put it on the Apple or Android or Microsoft Store even. But yeah, you can learn pretty much anything there. So let's go back to 4 and we'll say, what are some popular points in history? Sure. Egypt, life of Alexander the Great. So we'll go back to Egypt. So here, if you're more curious or more interested, these points are just a few highlights from a vast tapestry of human history, each representing pivotal moments that shaped the world as we know it today. So you could kind of go and see what direction the human race was going in at the time and how each event pivoted them to a different direction, if that makes sense to you guys. All right, so construction of the pyramids. So teach me about Egypt. First Pharaoh Narmer or Menace means menace, something like that. Hieroglyphics, Old Kingdom. So that's cool. So here it goes down even further and tells you, breaks it down a little better instead of just going early period, Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom like 3.5 did. You got Greco-Roman Egypt, so the Ptolemaic dynasty with Cleopatra, Roman and Byzantine Egypt, Islamic and modern Egypt. Even goes into culture and achievements. Dang, it's got really in depth compared to 3.5. It's still going. So then let's ask it the same thing. What happened around the world in the New Kingdom era? So the way it even lays out the information is going to be different. But it also brings out Babylonian development. I don't know that I saw the Babylonians mentioned in 3.5. The Assyrian Empire, Mycenaean civilization, Minoan civilization decline, late Harappan period, Indus Valley. So it goes even further a little bit into the Indus Valley civilization. Shang Dynasty, Bronze Age, Olmec civilization in the Mesoamerica. Huh, I don't even know if I learned about the Olmec civilizations in Mesoamerica that led to Mayan and Aztec empires. Nubian culture. So yeah, slightly different answers and the way it breaks it down. Still I'm a big fan of ChatGPT 4 because I like the way it functions. And I could be biased, but that's me. All right. So we're gonna go back to new language. Um, what are the easiest languages to learn for a native English speaker? Of course, Spanish, French, Italian, German, Norwegian, Swedish, Portuguese. So some of the same languages. Afrikaans. So if you learn, apparently as a Germanic language, if you learn Norwegian's easy. Huh. Maybe I should learn Norwegian. So I wonder how similar the Germanic languages are in context, and if it'd be easier for me to learn Afrikaans and Dutch. But beyond that, let's go to Spanish. Uh, can you teach me the basics of Spanish? Introduction. Can you give me a basic introduction to Spanish? Basics of Spanish. There we go. Hmm. Now it's going into vowel sounds. So that's good. It actually teaches you what it sounds like too, instead of necessarily having to go to Google Translate or another program. Oh, there you go. See, it even gives you the phrases it gave you earlier, but now you've got ways to look at it and kind of like adios. You see it instead of having to like probably try and sound it out. Por favor, gracias, ¿cómo estás? Yeah, there you go. It even goes down to numbers. Again, I'm biased, but I like ChatGPT 4. Let's take it a little further because I know there are differences. So What are the differences? Now, if you guys are Hispanic or from Spain, and you notice that it's wrong, please comment below. Let me know. And if you guys see something that you think is funny, please, your experience with this particular part would be very valuable to hear. Hispanic Mexican dialect. See what it says. Hmm. Nahuatl formality. Mexican Spanish often uses formality instead, like some South American countries. Mexico doesn't use vos, sticks to tu. Puerto Rican Spanish. I think I can agree with the pronunciation. But hey, if you disagree with what it says, let me know. Influence of other languages. Hmm. Seseo, like most Latin American dialects, Puerto Rican Spanish does not distinguish between the Z or C before I, E, or I as sounds, and pronouncing them all as S. Teano, African, and American influences. Cool. Regular Spanish, as we all know, because that's typically the Spanish you learn when you speak or you learn Spanish classes. So, if you guys are from Mexico, Puerto Rico, or Spain, and you disagree with anything ChatGPT has said, or you think anything that ChatGPT said is funny, make sure you comment below. I want to hear what you have to say. ChatGPT 4, guys. Cool. So let's go to 3.5. The next part we're gonna work on and check out is blogs, right? So, what are some popular topics for blogs? So you got 20 different blog topics right there. If you're not creative like me, ChatGPT is great because it gives you ideas. And I'm good with working off ideas. I'm just not great at starting them. Oops. All right. So, travel. How about this? Give me a blog plan for a year on a travel blog. See, and here you go. Month one, weeks. So by week. So say you don't have a lot of time. Give me a blog for week one. It even goes, it even gives you a whole story. So all you gotta put is your name. I'm Facebound Stories, Tips, Adventures to find this blog since I was a child. I've had an insatiable wanderlust, a deep curiosity to discover new places, cultures, and experiences. It gives you the spark of wanderlust. This crazy whole spiel, and it only took less than 5 minutes. ChatGPT is already done. You would have had to write this out or type it out or think about it. It would have taken you 30 minutes to an hour. So if you're thinking about blogging, ChatGPT 3.5 is really, really good at it. Plan, article, strategy. Okay, cool. So if we're going to talk about blog strategy, what platforms would my blog excel on? Sometimes there are errors. You just have to hit regenerate. So you got WordPress, Blogger, Medium, Wix, Squarespace, Tumblr, Ghost, Joomla, Drupal, and self-hosted. Which, if you know what you're doing, self-host is not a bad choice. But then you got all these ideas, all these places you can go that you never knew about that I sometimes never knew about. So, okay. So, what is my target audience to start off with? So, travel enthusiasts, new travelers, solo travelers, adventure seekers. But pretty much your target audience could define how you write your blog. So here ChatGPT is giving you a angle on how to talk to your target audience, whether it's new travelers, solo travelers, adventure seekers, budget travelers, and that can help you build your brand. So let's talk about that. So say I need to come up with a name to come up with a theme for my blog. The target audience will be adventure seekers. Let's go with that. What would I call it? And then it gives you 15 names. What if I wanted to target solo travelers? Wanted to target solo travelers. So you can kind of see the one-way ticket. That's funny. Solo nomad adventures, lone explorer tales, adventures alone. So sometimes the names aren't the greatest, latest, or whatever, but it's still pretty good. So here you're coming up with a name, you're coming up with a theme. It's got who you can target, um, platforms you can go through to get your blog out there. And then it built your first blog for you and gave you a blog plan. So let's go to 4 and try this. What are some popular topics to blog or blog? So before we had 20, this is 15, but it looks like more quality instead of quantity here. So you've got parenting, personal development, travel even, yep, travel's number 5, photography, educational learning. So let's go with the travel one again, since that's what we used for 3.5 and it's the most comparable. Um, what platforms could I start my blog on? So WordPress.com. So the difference between .com and .org, org I believe is free. .com you pay for a subscription. So if you know what you're doing, .org is easier. You have full control over it. Whereas WordPress.com, if you don't know what you're doing, it's easier to set up. Less customization. So .org and .com are like the Android and the iPhone. Blogger, Wix, Squarespace, Medium, Weebly. I'm not sure if they brought that up before. Ghost, Substack, and Tumblr. So there wasn't a Joomla in this one for whatever reason. But um, starting a travel blog, who would my target audience be? No, luxury travelers. That's different. Hey, foodie, I like foodie travelers. That actually seems like a really good idea. And then retiree travelers. So yep, you got a list of 10 people. In all honesty, the way I'm going with four is the way I should have gone with 3.5. So we're gonna do four right. 3.5 still had a pretty good plan layout, just a little more organization. We'd have to redo the schedule and redo the blog. Not so much the blog because it's an introduction, but the intro could have matched the theme better after we picked the theme though. So I want to target foodie travelers. What should I name my blog? Fork and Flight. That's pretty funny. Culinary Compass. I don't even know what Epicurean means, but I'm about to look it up. So I'm assuming it means Greek. Anyways, nomadic nibbles, traveling taste buds, roaming palates, journey for flavors, gastronomic gateways. So you know what? We're gonna go with Fork and Flight. So there you go. Launch post introduction to blog and it's focused on food and travel. So this way you've customized your plan not to be generic so much, but to be tailored towards your goals. I'd say it gives you a whole layout. So can you write the first week's blog? So here you don't even have to put your name in. It's welcome fellow food enthusiasts or food enthusiasts and all the different parts of the. All you got to do is put in the date. ChatGPT did all this for you while you sat here and sat on your phone, or you went did homework, or you did something else, and your blog is there. Now you might want to read over it and make sure it sounds good, but yeah. So there you go. ChatGPT 3.5 versus 4 on writing a blog. Last but not least, writing a paper, poem, or a song. Write a paper on. Hmm, what should we go with? You know what? Write a paper on Viking mythology. See, there you go. It's pretty much giving you the content. If you want to change it based off of what you're looking at, you have the ability to do that. How about write a poem about cheese? So there you go. You got the rhyme in there. Write a rock song about a rock. You know what? Why not? How about we go further? Write a rock song about a rock as if you were three doors down. This is too funny. Just for me, though. Write a rap about a rock. If you were Eminem, what you got, Eminem? Got a rock. Yeah, stick with. So it uses some lyrics he's had in the past. Hmm. So there you go. ChatGPT 3.5 drew in a paper on Viking mythology, a poem about cheese, and several different genres about a rock. Let's go to 4.0, see what it's got. All right, write a paper on Viking mythology. So you can go back and say, can you write the background on it, or the importance, or the different sections of it, because it'll do it for you. It might be too much to write at one time, so now it's giving us an overview, which is always a good start too. You also want to be careful when you write papers because if the teacher detects you're using AI, not that OpenAI helps them anymore because the success rate wasn't there, but don't have ChatGPT write a paper that doesn't sound like you. Either go back and edit the paper and swap some words out, or have ChatGPT try to sound like you in some way. Um, cool. So write a poem about cheese. So yeah, I mean different, but also there. A little more. If I remember correctly, it's a little more in depth, a lot more complicated, or a lot more intense. Write a rock song about a rock. Even gave you a title, so it's still going on the rhymes. Still going. All right, now it's finished. It goes in stone, not hard as stone. I mean, yeah, it does sound like a Three Doors Down song. All right, here, let's stop it. Rap about a rock as if you were Eminem. Solid as a rock. So this is I mean it's not the same one that ChatGPT 3.5 gave us because I definitely noticed a line there that Eminem has used before. Hmm, why not? So it's similar song just as a different rapper. Hmm. So you could kind of get the sense of what the rapper's tone is compared to other rappers as well. So if you have a song print out, you can see where the difference in the stories are, or the difference in the songs or raps are. So, guys, we have gone through, learned something new, whether it's coding, learning history, or a new language. We've written out a blog, we got plans, an article, a beginning article. We got a strategy as far as what platforms or target audience. And then we had it write a paper and or an outline and a poem, and we messed around with some songs. And I mean, honestly, I was pretty entertained from all this, and I hope you guys were. But like, subscribe if you haven't already. That way, YouTube knows you're enjoying my videos. And comment below anything, any like ideas you might have, or whether like this, and I should continue on with stuff like this. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good weekend.